Denise, we have coming up an opportunity to meet some of these rock star professionals when we're going to be discuss our meeting down in the Palm Springs area in this coming November on the 9th through the 11th for our prosperity strategy class. And we're going to have like a lending expert there. Drew Ebner is going to be there. And coincidentally, Drew Ebner is also going to be joining us next week as our special guest here on Denise Live, so you won't want to miss that. How do some of the things that we've been talking about today tie into that and what we'll be learning there in more detail?
Well, let me just put it this way. People make huge mistakes when they invest in real estate. They really do. If you don't know if you don't know the tax ramifications and benefits, or if you don't know, especially when it comes to vacation rentals, if you don't know the ins and outs of vacation rentals, and nobody knows it unless you've done it, I highly recommend you go, because that day alone is going to make and save people a lot of money. Just even know how if you own a vacation rental, I guarantee you're probably not taking advantage of a lot of the things that you should be. So that's if vacation rentals are, I would say from my perspective, that part of it alone it's pretty impactful, because I've known people that it happens all the time. Hey, I want to buy a vacation rental in this area. And I'll give them my advice. They don't take it. And 6 months later, I'm getting the call. Oh my gosh, this happened. And it's the same thing I say to my kids. If I tell you not to do something because it's going to have a really stupid outcome, do not expect me to clean up the mess of that outcome after I've warned you about it. And I've said to many clients, hey, I already told you should never have bought in that area. I told you what was happening in that area. I told you they were going into short-term moratorium challenges, and you bought anyways, because you said, oh, don't worry, I'm going to rent it privately. Nobody will ever know. Yeah, they will know, because the neighbors fink out on you. And now you have a property that you can't short-term rental, and you have a property that you overpaid for long-term rental. So I see this all the time. The mistakes people make when buying vacation rentals are due to lack of research, too much emotion, and it's plain stupidity. Because if you have an expert telling you there's a red flag here, don't do it, then don't do it. I had another person call me. Oh, I want to buy down in Florida by Disneyland. There's these short-term vacation rental properties, and it's a conglomerate. It was a real estate syndication selling the dream of short-term vacation rentals, and the property wasn't even built yet. Rule of thumb, don't buy short-term vacation rentals on these brand new properties that have never been tested out, right? I mean, 1,000,001 things like that. So that day alone is going to be probably the most Denise Unleashed you've ever seen, because I have very strong opinions about vacation rentals. They're either going to make you money, or they're going to be the worst thing you've ever done in your whole entire life. You will regret investing in vacation rentals, or you will sit back and make pajama money like there is no tomorrow. I don't believe there's gray in vacation rentals. I believe you do it right and you make money, or I believe you do it wrong and you will suffer. So it's one of those things and the formula for winning in vacation rentals is so simple, but people don't follow it. Oh my gosh. You cannot even get me started about short-term vacation rentals.
All right.
Yeah, I probably over answered that question, Randy. Sorry.
That's okay. I think that was a lot of really great information, but it creates a question from our audience. It asks, well, how does this workshop apply to business with local real estate investors versus a need for vacation rentals for myself?
I don't understand the question. Say it again?
How does the workshop apply to business with local real estate investors versus a need for vacation rentals for myself?
Like a niche market of vacation renters.
Yeah.
Vacation
I got it.
Property owners. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'll tell you right now, the biggest missing thing out there, I own vacation rentals, and you know what? Nobody has ever marketed to me as a real estate professional about helping me find more good vacation rentals. I would love it if someone called me and said, hey, Denise, I noticed that you have a couple of really successful vacation rentals, and it's easy to find that information out, by the way. Have you ever thought of buying more? If you were to buy more, what are you looking for? Let me go find that gem for you. And I tell them exactly what I would say. I'd say, go find me. I want this square footage. This is how you get really specific. I know exactly what I'd be looking for. I'd say it needs to face this way. It needs to be this size. It needs to be on this street. Get it for me. And it could be a disastrous mess and I'll go and fix it up. Don't worry. There's tons. I just don't have the time to look for it. I know what I'm looking for. I know exactly. I just came back from the desert literally yesterday. I know what I'm looking for. I was down there. I did not have 5 minutes to go look at real estate property, which is something I always love to do. It would have been great had a real estate professional called me and said, hey, Denise, I know you're in the desert. Guess what? I'm going to come over and show you on my computer everything I found for you. I'd love it. I tell you, there's a lot of money to be made for a real estate agent who wants to specialize in helping people that want to buy vacation rentals. And by the way, you don't have to be, you could do it from your desktop. You could be, because the analytics are all there.
Awesome.
I don't know if I answered that, but that's
I
probably the best you're gonna
think
get.
just if I can summarize it, it's that the skills that you learn here are going to enrich your ability to speak to a niche of real estate investors locally.
Oh my gosh,
You'll
are
have
you
more,
kidding?
you'll have more credibility, but you'll also have more knowledge about how the process works out.
Let me just say this. Anybody who spends that day with me will walk away. You're gonna be blown away
Mhm.
when you learn about vacation rentals. It's unbelievable. Blown away. It's gonna be a good day.
Awesome.
That's the whole conference is great, but I'm just really excited about vacation rentals because vacation rentals are they're so incredible when they're done right, and they're so bad when they're done wrong. Oh wow. Johnny,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, the other thing, I mean, Sherry even had said earlier that advice that she took from you saved her $20,000 this last year. I mean, and that's just like one year. So how many
Thank you,
other
Sherry.
of those
I love
nuggets?
it.
How many other
I love
nuggets
it.
are out there that are, yeah, this class is an investment, but how much could that investment save you long term?
Okay,
And not only
I'll
this
tell
year,
you.
every year.
I'll tell you one other example. I have another person that bought a vacation rental in Arizona, and I went onto her site and I said, your analytics suck. Excuse me, they do. They're terrible. I said, you need to turn this on, turn this off, turn this on, do this, don't do that, do not allow this feature. And I said, and you haven't even looked at your competition. Look what the competition's doing. And what they don't have that you have that you're not focusing on. And she ended up getting a booking like within 2 days of that. It was like an $11,000 booking. And she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that one thing I did made me 11 grand. And I'm like, that's 11 grand this week. If you calculate that one feature over the year. But here's the thing I'll tell you also, vacation rentals are not for the lazy person. If you're looking to be lazy, forget it. But vacation rentals are about detail, about process and doing it right. And if you do those things, you can have you can make a lot of money, but it is work. I will not tell you vacation rentals are work. But I've got my vacations running. So vacation rentals, they're on a smooth system. But, and you guys will hear some of my crazy tricks and tips and whatnot.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome.
All right. Well, we got to
Denise
wrap up.
Unleashed.
Yeah, we got to wrap up. We're running up against our end of time here together, but we would love to have you guys join us. If our conversation this month about financial rules and money discipline and investing and having the right people on your team and the stuff that we have still coming for you later on this October, if this is really of interest to you, you deserve to treat yourself and check that out at the very least and make a decision about it. We have a hotel special that is accompanying that. The last day to take advantage of that hotel special is next Tuesday, October 18th. So don't miss out. Take a serious look at it. We hope to see you there. And you can also find Prosperity Strategy, that event, on our homepage set from the big banner right there.